Hello again, everyone. I'm Tyler Pyburn of the Pulse Network of thepulsenetwork.com here at the Inbound Marketing Summit, New York City. Now, we've been talking to all of the great people that happen to be joining us here in New York, and one of them happens to be Jim Ward of BrainSell Technologies. Jim, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Tyler. How are you?
I'm doing very well.
Nice to see you again.
I was going to say, you and I, we talked in Canton, Mass. We talked
we
in the
did.
Pulse Network studio, and we kind of gave a preview as to what's coming up.
We did.
Well, let's talk about some of the things that BrainSell is doing. Let's talk about something that's interesting right now going on in the space. That's CRM, because it's changing. Kind of talk about that a little bit right now.
Sure.
It's changing, but evolving, I guess you could say as well.
Well, maybe I can give you a little story. So I've been in the business since '94, and CRM was a very hot product just by itself. Traditional Salesforce automation, customer support, marketing campaign tracking. It's changing, and so as I see the role of CRM now, is that you need to have it as your foundation, sort of think of the wedding cake and the foundation of the wedding cake, right?
Yep.
And really, to me, the tiers on top are what make the difference in CRM today.
Now, what are those tiers, though?
Well, they could be marketing automation, such as maybe a HubSpot or Pardot.
Okay.
And you need CRM products, by the way, that are extensible. So we're here representing Sugar CRM,
Yep.
very extensible product that has those natural integrations. So another tier would be marketing automation. On top of that could be strategy, not necessarily technology, such as inbound marketing strategies. On the top of that cake, there should be a happy couple. And the happy couple
okay,
is
that happy. Let's just say,
sales
who
and
is that?
marketing. We call
Yes.
that marketing.
Okay, so, but at the end of the day, people are always, and especially businesses, are always going to look to it and say, what's my ROI? What am I making out of it? What am I getting out of it? So kind of expand upon that a little bit.
That's more exciting than ever, because that was a more difficult task 5 years ago to talk about it.
Yeah.
Today, where inbound marketing is creating conversations on the web, driving people back to businesses, and we deal mostly with business-to-business clients.
Absolutely.
Driving folks back to their website, monitoring their behavior, then being able to take those behaviors, putting them in your CRM database, and do very specific email segmenting, having conversations that are very relevant and granular to those folks. That's how it's changing. That's a return on investment, and it happens fast.
Now, one of the things I'm hearing so often now, we're hearing so many people really talk about that. That's social CRM. Kind of explain what social CRM is for the folks that hear social CRM. Isn't it still CRM though? I mean, what's the difference?
It's a tough definition, man. So mine is all about CRM that has the ability to integrate or work with other social mediums.
Yeah.
And that depends on what kind of company you're. If you're a B2C company, Facebook could be a CRM of your CRM database.
Absolutely.
LinkedIn might be more of a business social medium for you to push out some interesting information, draw people back. So social CRM, it's hard to define it, I think.
Yeah. It's one of those things because we hear it so often, and I don't know if it's misused or overused, or sometimes used in the wrong space, it seems, at a certain point.
Right.
That's what I think some people are getting at, and it's interesting to see the way it's developed, because at the end of the day, it still is, in fact, CRM, really.
It is. It really is. It's just changed because CRM now is extensible.
Yep.
I don't even know if it's a word, by the way, but we'll make it up and go along with it.
We'll let them fly here.
But it extends, right? And so
Exactly.
you've got now you're now more into, again, monitoring conditions and behaviors on your website, trying to draw folks in through your inbound strategies, thus making it much more social. It's really no different. This isn't new, by the way. We just have a medium called the internet that allows us to be social.
And it goes back to, in its essence, CRM is literally just knowing about your customer, knowing their likes, their dislikes, having that conversation and tracking that conversation. I think we get so lost and caught up in, well, I need to tweet them, I need to do this. No, figure out what you did.
And I think you bring a good point up, because historical information was all about sales information. What's the lead? Who's got the opportunity? What's the likelihood of close? Now inside that database is other information. It's about behavior. And so now we have a much more relevant conversation. So your housing data in CRM, that's different. It's not just about the opportunity pipeline. It's how do you bring that ultimately to a sale, but now you're doing it with what the market demands, and that is understanding the customer's perspective.
And going back to that, taking it one step further, it's taking advantage of that. Because, a lot of people will get the data, will understand it and say, okay, that's there, but not utilize it. But the end part of it all is capitalizing on what you know and your conversations.
Exactly. And let's not pretend that even though we're building inbound marketing strategies with relevant data, at the end of the day, it's all about making a sale.
I know, I was going to say, it really
and you've got to use that data to do that. That's the end result. But you're now doing it in a much more less intrusive way. And frankly, it's more comfortable selling today when you're now helping clients through these strategies.
Look, it's basically saying, I know what your problems are, I know what you're going through.
Exactly.
Here's how I can
Providing
help.
that we're listening,
Yeah,
and that's the
exactly.
key.
Yeah, I was going to say, talk about that. Talk about the importance, because it's something that's missed right now, is listening. Because
Right.
so many brands, talk about that a little bit further. Expand
Well, if
on
I
that
were
a
to
bit.
tell you a story, my family used to own a paint manufacturing company,
Okay.
and we had a chemist, and it used to, even back then, this goes back a number of years ago, 20 odd years ago, and he would always tell us, this is what the customer needs. They want a whiter white. And I remember Benjamin Moore Paints, being one of our competitors, came out with, no, customers are saying they want a paint that covers in one coat, and whiter whites don't do that. And so no matter what, our salespeople were trained to go in and show them which white was whiter. Customer didn't care, it wasn't what they wanted.
Yeah.
Right, so it's all about listening and building your product or services around what the customer needs. I mean, it's an old example. It's as old, it goes back for eons. It's no different. We just have more mediums, greater ability to bring that information in through inbound marketing strategies, through databases, through marketing automation.
And at the end of the day, I think we can kind of end on this. The information is there, is it not? I mean, that's the thing that I think people forget about, that it's there. It's the conversation you had, or whatever medium you utilize, but it is there.
It is there. I think you have to use nuances to get people to tell you and talk to you too.
Yep.
And there's certain strategies to do that. And you can't be a blatant outbound marketer. People just don't want to hear that anymore. Generation Y doesn't do it. Generation X is likely not going to do it anymore. Even baby boomers like me, and I know you were thinking that, weren't you? Even baby boomers are doing research today versus being pounded with advertising.
Yeah. At the end of the day, remember,
I
it's
made you blush.
talking. It is. It happens once in a
He
while.
was thinking, I'm
Only
a baby
this
boomer
guy
for
could
sure.
do it right here. Here's Jim Ward. James, great stuff. Thank you so
Nice to
much.
meet
He's Jim Ward of BrainSell Technologies. I am Tyler Piper of the Pulse Network here at the Inbound Marketing Summit in New York City.